Hello, this is AJ Booker here with some information on learning design. This is Bob. Bob's a really good teacher. In fact, this was the best lesson he ever did. So Bob did it again. And again. And again. In fact, for the whole term. It worked so well that he kept on doing it. Year upon year, this ideal lesson, and people would say, Bob, that is a great lesson. That's really good. How did you do it? How did you plan it? How can I make my lessons like this? The problem was, Bob had no idea. Learning design is the concept of having stages in developing your ideas as a way of understanding how you develop such a good lesson, and also as a way of packaging it so others can benefit from it as well. Having a system to do this is known as learning design, and one of the most common and well respected is by Gráinne Conole, called the 7 C's. This gives a framework in which to develop an idea and communicate it to others effectively. The first stage is conceptualize. What exactly are you doing and why are you doing it? Who's it for? What sort of approaches of learning are you going to use? The second stage is capture. What resources are already out there that you could use? And what resources need to be developed to make the learning a success? The third stage is to create a framework. What is the nature of the type of activity they'll be doing? What will the learners actually do? How will they interact with this learning? The fourth stage is communicate. What types of communication will the learners be using? In fact, this very much feeds into technology enhanced learning, where we can use forms of communication that enable much wider areas to be covered and many more diverse experiences to be considered within the learning itself. The fifth stage is collaboration. How will learners collaborate? What types of collaboration will they be using? The sixth stage is consider. What forms of reflection, how are they going to demonstrate the learning, does this all include? Have you mapped all the learning outcomes, the activities and assessment elements? Have you covered all the bases? The seventh and final stage is consolidate. How effective is the design? Does it all work together? Does it actually do what you intended it to do? And is it packaged in a way that other people can learn from and use the same ideas in their own teaching and lecturing? Technology enhanced learning can obviously be used at various stages of learning design to produce resources, to get people to communicate, but it's also incredibly useful when something has been developed to make it available to learners. And as a recognised and tested system of communicating learning design, it's a great way of telling other people about your idea as well, and them sharing in your success. The 7 stages are often organised into 4 parts: the vision, activities, synthesis and implementation. Now if you're thinking to yourself, this is quite complicated, there's a lot here, it looks like a straitjacket which I have to develop my ideas and put in a lot more effort. In fact, you may feel that doing learning design is like carrying around a huge amount of data, a huge amount of expectation on your back, on top of the work of developing your learning design anyway. But you shouldn't look at it like that. Instead, you should see the 7 C's as little tools, little things to help you organise yourself. I suggest you think of them like this, as though they were individual blades, the 7 stages, on a Swiss Army knife. You wouldn't choose to open them all up at once and use them all at the same time. It wouldn't be efficient. but you use each one in turn to complete a task. Thank you very much, and I hope that learning design helps you become a much more effective learner and a brilliant teacher of others. Goodbye.